Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 16. I feel like we didn't even really care that it was episode 15 last week.
Yeah,
that's
is
a
just
little milestone. I feel like 15 sounds like
a lot.
It
is a lot.
When do we celebrate? Maybe on our 50th.
Yeah, 50th anniversary.
50th episode. That'll be like, oh my god, when's that? It's gonna be fucking ages away. 50 episodes. That's
every year.
Wait, 15 minus...
Well,
50 minus 15.
45.
No.
35.
35 weeks away. Fucking hell, we got to start doing double episodes. Well, welcome to today's episode. Today we're talking about all things comparison, comparing yourself, and how to stop.
How to stop that
shit.
Not good.
It's not fun, and I think everyone struggles with that.
Mm-hmm.
We all compare. It's literally part of the human nature to see something and compare. It's like there's some kind of psychological theory about it. It's just part of being human. It's normal. And I saw something talking about jealousy and stuff, because obviously you see jealousy as a really horrible trait, and you shouldn't be jealous, but it is actually part of
human
you
nature.
As a person to be jealous.
It's just a level to
it's just trying to shift that away. It's normal, it doesn't mean you should, but it is everyone innately feels
definitely
jealous
to some extent.
You don't have to feel guilty, because I feel jealousy and envy is portrayed as such a horrible trait to have. So people are I don't get jealous, I'm not jealous,
but you definitely
but realistically in your lifetime.
I mean, there's some days I catch myself and I'm like, oh, I would really like this, or I would really like that they have.
Yeah.
And I'm like sometimes in a more negative way.
Yeah,
there has been times and I'm like, actually, it's okay, it's all good.
Yeah.
We're living life. And I feel I don't want to get onto the point that we're going to make later. But in the last couple of years, I think it's part of growing up. And obviously when you're younger, and when I was a teen, it's difficult to navigate things, especially in school. I feel as you get older, it's easier to relax, kind of just chill. Yeah. Everything's going to work out your way.
Yeah.
You don't want what other people have.
So I think with comparing yourself, there's so many different kind of avenues of it. You can compare the way you look, you can compare your success, your relationships. People compare relationships online. Oh my god, they look perfect, or someone's family lifestyle situation. Anything. And I think we'll go on to obviously how to stop it, but I think there is so many different ways, and obviously on social media you see it every day. I don't know about you, but
it's everywhere,
because I know some people's view page is funny stuff and memes. Mine's not. Mine's baddies.
Mine's the exact same. I mean? Yeah. And that's the thing, I think social media, as soon as you open it up, it's literally a place for you're constantly looking at everyone else's things, everyone else's life. Obviously we know, as mentioned, and as everyone knows, it's a highlight reel anyway. But literally as soon as you open the app, it's almost this is what I've got, this is what I'm doing. It's kind of a system. Yeah, it's basically
jealous. Made for you to compare yourself.
Yeah, exactly, and compare your life.
Yeah.
But I think there's so many ways that you can kind of combat that, again, what we're going to get into, but also to make it more of a better space for you.
So obviously everyone struggles with comparison. I feel I had it when I went to Glasgow with Define.
Really?
That was the time, because I think I'm not over social media and stuff. I'm not a very... I think maybe I've built this up through gratitude and affirmations and stuff. If I just see a girl that looks amazing, has an amazing body, or she's living her best life, or she's got this lifestyle that I see that straight away as inspiration. Yeah. I think
100%.
I don't get very I'm not oh my god, she's... I'm oh my god, baddie, inspiration, straight away. But I think I get imposter syndrome quite bad, where saying when I was in Glasgow Define, I was why am I here? Why am I actually here right now? I was looking at all these girls oh my god, I feel I just didn't fit in. Not fit in, bear in mind, all the girls were so lovely, so amazing, but it's just oh my god, because obviously we're all Define athletes, and sometimes I'm why am I a Define athlete? And I get in my head I'm there looking at these girls oh
that's
my god,
crazy. I didn't expect
And I was like, it wasn't like awful. Like, I feel like it came into my head and then I can quite quickly push it out. But there was a few times where I was like, fuck you know, like, what am I doing here? Like,
obviously, this is going off. You're meant to be there.
Yeah,
and I think you know that now. But like, and I think everyone suffers with imposter syndrome as well. Like, obviously, Mum's starting a new career path, and she was like, I feel weird. Like, it feels like I'm not meant to be here. And like that is also like a very
normal thing.
Yeah, which can also lead to like not lead to I don't know, but like make
it's
you
like,
feel
it's a form of like comparison because you're looking around like I shouldn't be, everyone else like should, but I like shouldn't. And like I said, I did very like quickly push that in my head and was like, yes, I am. But it definitely did like creep into my head a few times. Like, fuck you know, it can come and creep into your brain like very quickly.
I think as well, the first step to like combating jealousy or not envy is to be aware. Like you said you were so like self-aware, you could shut that down really quick and you were like, okay, this feeling silly, isn't good. This isn't, it's not good. The only person it's not good for is yourself and your own mindset. Being aware of that is the first step to like taking it away. So to be honest, on the like at the minute, like I've got like little bits here and there, obviously, like we've just said. You open up Instagram and there's this and there's that, but as far as I've not had to go to an event like that, and I know and I will something, because
it is,
if
like,
you're feeling like that,
there was probably like so many girls there that were thinking the same thing,
of
like
course.
Oh my god, like
what am I doing here?
Like everywhere you go, or like even like when like I hear people say they're like, I don't know, authors or like big business people that you would look at and think, oh my god, like baddie, or like an artist, a singer, like whatever, like before they go and do something big, they get like, I hear them all the time, like they think in their head like, oh my god, why am I here, like whatever. Because I think we forget, like say we look at someone that's like this big successful person that's like really confident, putting themselves out there, doing all these amazing things. They are just like a normal person, like we are, like anyone is. So it's like anyone will have those thoughts creep up, and like in your head, obviously we perceive them as like they don't care and they're just going on like no thought about it, but they in their head will be like, this is what scary, am I doing? Like,
and that's the thing, like it's just your mind. The only thing
plays tricks on you.
The only thing, I feel like we say this all the time, that stops you from going where you want to go or getting to like is yourself. Like if you like can combat that and just like forget about it.
Definitely train your
and this
mind.
is how these people get to these
because
places.
Apparently your mind like really doesn't like when you're uncomfortable, but to the point where it's like, so say if you've got like, you want to do like a new routine and you're like, I want to start waking up early, I want to start like pushing myself, going to the gym, like blah 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 blah. Obviously that's not like in your mind. Your last routine, say that you were really comfortable in, was just to like wake up, roll out of bed, like very easy, very like nothing, and your mind is like wants to be in that place of like ease and comfort. So as soon as you try and do anything to like push yourself out there, your mind's instant reaction is like, oh my god, what's going on, like go back
like
to how you were before. And it's like you need to push through that
to break,
because your mind's just laying like
crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that would make a lot of sense.
I read that in.
That would make a lot of sense. That wouldn't surprise me.
But it can be like anything, like I said, like a new routine,
even something really
like,
small.
Yeah, like a new routine. It just wants to be comfortable and where it knows, and
where it knows safety.
And then it's just like, come on, like just come back.
Come back to it.
It's just too hard. Let's go back to normal. Do you know what I mean?
And it's just about pushing through that.
So, like we said, it could be body image, success, fitness, relationships, whatever. And obviously, like today, we're probably talking more about like social media rather than just like seeing someone out and being like, oh my god, I want to be her, like whatever. Because on social media, like you said, everyone knows it's a highlight reel.
Yeah, of course.
Everyone that's posting is posting when they look and feel their best, like on their best days, like whether it's like just someone posting like photos of themselves, or if it's like a morning routine or like things like that. That's like their ideal version. They're not going to show like
It's shit.
And that's the thing, because some people get like funny, and obviously social media is a highlight reel, but that's fine for it to be a highlight reel. People get funny, and I'm like, well, no one has an obligation to post when they feel shit and are crying and feel ugly, like, and people get funny, like, people only show their best side. Would you post when you're crying your eyes out, or if you're feeling shit?
And they don't need to. I think creators get this a lot. And they don't need to. They don't owe anyone anything.
Exactly.
They're also just the same person who has feelings and are allowed to post when they want to, post what they want, and like, so it's just about knowing, like,
and I think people are just like sometimes dumb and forget that obviously it's a highlight reel, like, and they'll be
no
like,
one's gonna show
like, obviously it's not, like we said, it's normal to compare, but when they're like, they clearly have the perfect life and nothing wrong, use your brain. Obviously we all know it's a highlight reel, like, and people still get funny about it, and I'm like,
I can't remember who it was the other day. I saw a creator like literally in tears. I can't think of who it was, and she was just literally saying this.
Obviously some creators will like show that side, which is also great, because then it also reminds the people that somehow don't have it in their brain. It's a highlight reel.
But some
and that's
people,
great, fine as well.
I think if you feel comfortable to do it, and you've built that community, then fair enough. Like, why wouldn't you if you felt comfortable? It's just about what you feel comfortable about
like sometimes I'll try and make like a conscious effort to like show more real sides, because like obviously a lot of the content I do is like morning routine, or like what I eat in a day, or like something, and obviously I'm not doing that like every single day. That's not like the reality of my life every single day. And I love like fucking Taco Bell, I love this, and like I try like and sometimes show that and remind people that it's not always just like I've got my shit together and I've been like, do you know what I mean? So I think, but yeah, like we're saying, social media is a highlight reel. Everyone's showing their best side, so I think remembering that, and remembering not everything you see is not always reality. Like say relationships, I feel like a lot of relationships that are super like posty about each other and like lovey-dovey online are actually like the worst ones. I feel like
that was like a theory, wasn't it? But
because it will be like, oh my god, they broke up, they were so cute, and then it's like he's been cheating on her for like 5 years, and like da 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 da.
I think it's just all dependent on
obviously
the person, but it is
like obviously some people will just post each other loads and they do actually have a great relationship, but that's what I mean, like you never know. So
you don't,
because I know like I'm really bad. I always send my boyfriend like TikToks of like these like people, they'll come off my For You page of just like a guy, like his girlfriend will be filming and he'll like bought her like loads of flowers and like taken her out and like done all this nice, I'm like sending it to him like hello and then obviously that's like, do you know what I mean, like comparing
they're
doing to him, and obviously he might be a fucking arsehole behind screens, and at least, do you know what I mean?
At
and I feel like
you
look at some relationships online and think, oh
Definitely.
my god, that's not like mine.
It's like thinking the grass is greener, and like kind of this going off into a relationship talk, but when you're like looking at other people, you think when you're with someone, this is what they don't do, this is what they you're not thinking what you have and what, like that's the thing as well with comparison, you don't ever think about what you've got and like the good stuff, you're just looking at what you don't have, but you might even have it and you're just not even looking properly. You're just,
and like I feel like there's like certain trends that have like started on TikTok, and then now like people get annoyed in their relationships, like what was it, like those boo baskets, like the Halloween one. And then all of a sudden everyone's like crying because their boyfriend's not getting them, and it's like, girl, you didn't even know what that was, you didn't even want that until you saw it, like, and now you're getting annoyed at your boyfriend because they're not, or like asking to be like your Valentine in like a crazy way, and it's like, no, you've just seen that on TikTok, never in your life have you wanted that before, and now it's like
and
these boys are doing it.
And this is like the most minor things, but they can cause like such issues in your own life as well, like, and your own relationships. And this is kind of going off topic, but this can cause such issues because you're like, I'm not getting what I want, but in reality,
it's like, is it even what you want, or have you just seen
who wants a fucking
boob bar?
Okay, it's nice, but if he's buying shit, like, keep it.
I'm bothered.
I don't want your shit. No, I'm joking.
And although like we said, like I've literally probably said about 20 times, social media is a highlight reel, I feel like sometimes people can use that as like an excuse for their jealousy. So like they'll get a bit envious and be like, oh well, it's just a highlight reel, it's not real.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like we said, it is the reality, and you should see that, which goes on to I think our next point. Take it as inspiration,
Definitely,
and not be envious of it. Think, oh my god, baddie. I'm trying to be like you, and then use that as inspiration and motivation rather than just thinking
100%.
I know this is kind of going off, but like with friendships, because I guess that is like envy. Like a lot of girls do have that kind of like horrible, jealous like friendship, and everything's like a competition, which is kind of going off track. But I guess it does link into it, which is just like crazy in my mind. For like friends to, because like literally, and like you know, like some friends will be like, I used to have a friend not saying names, but like we all knew, like, you know, when you're all like getting ready and they're like, and you're like, oh, which help should I wear, and we all knew this one friend would be like, wear this one because it was the worst, and we just knew, and it was like, are you weird? Like when I'm getting ready with my friends, I'm like, we all need to be the baddest fucking version of themselves. Like, hello. Like, imagine actually preying on your friend's downfall and being like, yeah, you should wear this because it looks worse.
But this is the thing. Like, I think with age, you kind of notice it. I think, although I say with age, I think we are very lucky. We both
because some girls are still
stuck in it. And I've been hearing this recently. Like, we are very lucky. I think maybe that's because we've had the ability to pick, you know, find the right people. But so some people do get stuck in. I do say it's age, but no, it's not. I think it happens for life, because think about my mum.
Yeah. And like I was watching when I know I spoke about.
Sorry, mum, if you're watching.
Sorry,
we're not. Because she watches all of it. I love you.
But I was saying.
Not my mum jealous. Sorry. My mum had a really horrible friend.
Yeah. You know what I was saying about the Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Yes.
I was watching my boyfriend like really like analyzes people, and he like likes to figure out like why people act a certain way. Like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we were watching it. His like actual fight or flight was going off in these arguments. He was getting so angry like watching these people. He was like, she's doing this and like this is this and like this is why, and like proper doing it. And I was like, do you know this is like literally real life, like in friendship groups. I was like to him, I was like, this is why I've never had a big friendship group. Like with boys it's different, like I have different friends, but I've never been in a big group. And I said like it lasts, like it's not just in school, like some groups will be like that
forever,
and they don't change, they don't mature and grow out of that like bitchy stage.
It's so strange.
And that's why I think we're lucky. Like I don't have any friends that are like
that are funny, or I've got like 4 like close friends, and then like good friends as well, and that again, like we don't have groups, and I think that works. So obviously we all come together and we all get on so well, and that's all you need. You only need a few good friends at the end of the day, because that is all that matters.
When you see a baddie or you see someone doing something that you want to do or whatever, just see it as inspiration and think anything that you think of you can do, anything. And that's like, I always say that, because when I first heard that I was like, that's so true. Like I've never in my life thought I want to be an astronaut. I've never in my life thought I want to be a famous actress, because that's not in my path. That's not what's meant for me. So the fact that you even want to do something and have that in your head means that you can do it, because you don't want to be this because that's not meant for you, but you do want to be this because it is meant for you, if that makes sense. And anything anyone else can do, even if it's like seems like the most crazy, like outrageous, out of reach thing, if someone else is doing it, why the hell wouldn't you be able to? If you, like we said, can have the right mindset,
definitely
actually work towards it.
Yeah, and that leads down to like everyone is on a separate path, separate journey. Like looking at someone, if I looked at an astronaut, I think that's pretty cool. Like I could like, if you like looked at an astronaut and I was like, that's pretty cool. But I don't know what I'm saying, but
you wouldn't think that's my plan and I want to work towards being an astronaut.
Yeah, just because you see all the cool shit like them in space or something.
Maybe you do want to be an astronaut.
Maybe I do. That'd be kind of fun. Just because you're seeing like all this cool stuff. So I don't know. Let me use something a bit more real. Let me say like a fucking, I don't know, let's say a content creator, and their job is to content create, or that might be a bad one. I don't know, an air hostess. I don't know, but everyone's got their own path. What I'm trying to say, the journey is different for everyone. It looks different for everyone. So you've got to remember you're on your own path, doing your thing, getting to where you need to be. That kind of links to what you said earlier. Just because you're not there yet, or you don't have everything, and like divine timing, doesn't mean it's not coming. So you just got to stick on your own path. I don't know if I've gone on a complete tangent.
No.
But when you're seeing people like with success or like money or everything you want, their path is different.
Yeah, because I feel like people compare their timeline and they're like, oh my God, we're the same age, they've done this. But like you said, divine timing, everything that's meant for you will come when it's meant for you, like at the exact time. Like, even for example, I've been doing content for 5 years on and off. Like, hello, that's a long time. And I definitely had like probably compared myself thinking like I should be so much more like ahead than I am now. Like, I've been doing this for this long. Like, this girl has been doing it for like a year and she's already here or whatever. And obviously it's taken like that long for me to now have it as my job. Whereas some people will
do it for 6
literally
months.
start, blow up, and boom, be able to do it within like 2 months. So it's so different though. And obviously I wasn't ready yet at that point until it happened. That's when it was meant to happen. So there's no point thinking like, oh my God, like, just trust in the universe that everything's happening when it's happening. A lot of people, when they're like manifesting, for example, something, they can get really impatient, and the universe is either not giving it to you because it's not the right time, or because there's something else way better for you that you couldn't even think about. So you didn't know that you wanted. So
there's no point being jealous. Yeah. Because everyone's got their own path, own timing, and there might be a reason why you don't have it just now.
Yeah, exactly. There will be a reason. Sure. Moral of the story, comparison is literally irrelevant because it makes you feel like shit. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough, you're not good enough, which is just
rubbish.
Just a load of fucking shit. So I think, like we said, it's so normal. It's like part of being human to feel that way. But if we can shift that and, like you said, change it to inspiration, that's like the most important thing. And there's a few ways, like on social media, obviously you can control who you see.
Definitely. Unfollow. Don't like that content or whatever it is. And that's what people forget. You mentioned it before. Like, social media is for you to enjoy. It's for what you want to see.
What's on your phone you can control.
Yeah, and it's meant to make you it's not meant to make you feel worse.
Yeah,
it does, but it shouldn't.
Yeah.
So
but like I said, because if you're not in a position where you can see it as inspiration and you do compare, then unfollow. But like for me, I like following that shit because it inspires me. But I know some people don't see it that way. They'll look at it and start comparing and think, oh my God, I'm not good enough. I'm not doing this. I don't look like this. So if you're in that stage, like I said, you control who you see. If they don't make you feel good, that's fine. You can unfollow whoever you want. I'm an unfollow merchant. I think another important thing is to think about all the things that you do have. Like, we kind of touched on this. But I guarantee there's people like looking at you thinking, oh my God, I wish I had this. I wish like she's got this. Oh my God, she's so amazing. She's this. And the whole time you're just looking at other people like that and not even clocking. Yeah. People are there's people out there that will be thinking that exact same thing about you.
100%.
So I think being like
self-aware,
and also that's why like practicing like gratitude is like a very like good thing to understand what you do have and what's going on in your life. Also the affirmations, because it's obviously a self-esteem issue comparing, because if someone that's super secure with themselves, loves themselves, they're not going to be thinking that kind of stuff. They're not going to be like, oh my God, like she's got this, I look like this, she looks like this, and blah blah blah. So doing that kind of like journaling affirmations that we talk about every day will really, get that into your subconscious that you are worthy and you're this and whatever like you write about. But
honestly, that for me, I always thought I was quite ungrateful. I was saying this to Kira and Abby quite a while ago, like when we used to meet up all the time. But since like journaling and writing down what I have and the little things, I am so grateful for everything. It makes me feel like, makes me remember like what I have compared to other people, not in a horrible way, but like in like a, you know, in a bad position. Yeah. And like, we're so privileged. Most people, a lot of people in the UK are, and in the West, obviously, there's some people who have it so hard around the world. So it just reminds you, like, we have electricity when we want. You know, we've got the equipment for all of this. We've got good you know, we're very, very lucky. But that's going off on a tangent. But journaling, seriously, I was quite like a, sounds good, but like, can't be asked kind of person. But honestly, one thing that I think is incredible is writing down at least what, like, gratitude and just journaling in general. But honestly, when we say it, it's not just because
it's serious.
Yeah, it's not just because it's not just, it is cutesy and whatever, but that's not why. I would never, sometimes I think, to me, when I first I thought like silly and like, okay, it's cute, but what, like, can't be asked for that. Yeah. But genuinely, if there's one thing you guys take from us, is start writing down and start putting pen to paper and like what you want and what you have, and things will start to come of it. You'll be a better person. You'll be attracting more as well. Yeah, like everything that comes from it. Because I think it does sound like a very simple thing, like, you know, write down, spend 5 minutes in the morning, do gratitude and some affirmations. But I think the things that come from it are so much bigger than what you like think it would be. Like the way you view everything, the way you view situations, the things you attract from that, the way you vibrate, like everything. Definitely. It like drastically improves. And I think if people like actually journaled consistently, like every morning for a month, they would be like, they would notice the difference and like the things that are actually manifesting into their lives as well, because it's such a positive vibration and emotion to have. Like, start, even if it's not at the start of your morning, but doing that every morning, you know, it's like a moment for your mind, and it's like feeding yourself positive thoughts about yourself and the things that you have and everything, which, like we've spoken about in the manifesting episode, anything you think and put out is what you attract in. So like, even if you're not manifesting like specific things, like, I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have this, just doing that will attract so many positive opportunities, because that's what you're putting out. So so combating jealousy, because jealousy is one of the lowest vibrations. Envy, on the law of vibration, the chart, she's down there. So it's very important, like we said, it's normal. Understand it's normal, but shift it and change it, because it's not a good thing. It's normal, but it's not good. And last but not least, my last point is, obviously society has an ideal picture of how you should look and what you should look like, what you should be doing, anything. And I think you just need to remember, imagine if everyone looked the same. So boring. That would be so boring. Like, I know we see like girls and we compare like the way that they look and like, oh my god, I want her nails and I want this and I want this. But just because someone else is like drop dead gorgeous doesn't take away your beauty. How beautiful you are. Like, what's that phrase? Another person's beauty doesn't take away your own. Yeah. And that is so true. Yeah, like you're just different people. Everyone's unique and looks completely different. Like, I could look at a girl and think, oh my god, 10 out of 10. And then I see another girl, she looks completely different, 10 out of 10. And it's like, those two girls probably look at each other because they're so different and think, oh my god, I wish I looked like her. When they're both absolutely stunning, they just look, they're just in a different way. We don't all want to be like a robot. Yeah. Like, imagine, like you were saying, imagine that. Well, I think we've covered everything. So, thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.